The world of the Aztecs was ruled by a pantheon of gods. But from that pantheon, one god had long been missing: Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent. Legend said he would return one day, a white man with a dark beard, coming from across the water. In 1519, he did. When Hernán Cortés entered the kingdom of the Aztecs, he was taken for a god. The Spanish themselves saw the dazzling white city of Tenochtitlan as heaven. They rode through immaculate streets, laid out with geometric precision. Fresh water flowed into the city along an aqueduct 6 feet deep. Vegetables flourished in terraced fields. Flower gardens perfumed the air. To the hard men from Spain, here was an Eden of leisure and luxury.
When we beheld that broad causeway running straight and level to the city, we could compare it to nothing but enchanted scenes. Never yet did man see, hear, or dream of anything equal to the spectacle which appeared to our eyes on this day. I thought within myself that this was the garden of the world.
As the Spanish beheld this earthly paradise, they were watched by 10,000 ghosts. Victims of the Aztec priests, their heads severed from their bodies and skewered on poles. Revolted by their hosts, righteous in their cause, Cortés and a few hundred conquistadors set out to conquer the Aztec nation. Reaping the hatred the Aztecs had sown, Cortés found allies among their enemies. He cloaked himself in the mantle of a returning god and the aura of the mounted conquistador, half man, half beast, a creature unknown in the New World. But he placed his trust in his cannons and muskets.
The Spaniards came in battle array. The dust rose in whirlwinds on the road. Their spears glinted in the sun and their flags fluttered like bats. They made a loud clatter as they marched, for their coats of mail and their weapons clashed and rattled.
Taking Moctezuma hostage, the Spanish settled into Tenochtitlan. The Aztecs soon discovered that horses were not demigods, nor were conquistadors. Pursued by an army of thousands, the Spanish fled the way they had come, across the causeway, on a retreat they would call the Noche Triste, the sad night.
I'd taken part in many battles, but up to that time, when I saw the cruel deaths inflicted on our comrades before our very eyes, I'd never felt such fear.
The Aztecs had expelled the false god, but the Spaniards left behind a weapon against which there was no defense. House by house, Tenochtitlan was ravaged by smallpox. 2 years later, Cortés returned. Its army weakened, its leader dead, the great capital of the Aztecs fell, and with it, their empire. This nation of warriors who lusted for blood, conquered by a handful of soldiers who killed for gold.
Broken spears line the roads. We have torn our hair in our grief. The houses are roofless now, and their walls are red with blood. Worms are swarming in the streets and plazas, and the walls are splattered with gore. The water has turned red as if it was dyed, and when we drink it, it has a taste like brine. We have pounded our hands in despair against the adobe walls, for our inheritance, our city, is lost and dead. The shields of our warriors were its defense, but they could not save it.